Jim Laird here, and just answering a quick question for the Misfits. They had a question on their blog from a girl named Amy, who got a little excited and tweaked or tore her pec in one of her benching sessions. So Amy, the first thing you need to do is go find somebody who's like a PT, physical therapist, ART person, to help you rehab that properly, because if you don't, you're going to end up having more problems down the road. Usually most women, first of all, kudos to you for lifting enough weight to actually cause a problem. Most women don't ever challenge themselves enough to actually get hurt. So that's pretty cool. But we need to figure out why this happened, and I can't really tell you without assessing you, but based on what I've seen, working with all the people that I've worked with, most people, when they tear a pec or they have a pec issue, it's because they've got an upper back issue. What happens is that your shoulder is kind of in the socket. It's supposed to stay in the socket, like a golf ball in a tee, especially when you're doing a heavy press. What happens is with most women is they don't have that shoulder stability, so their shoulder kind of reverts to that forward posture. It kind of pulls forward it'll overuse the pecs and the chest to get that stability instead of activating the upper back to get that stability, and so you'll end up just having too much stress on your chest and your pec, and then over time, if you've done way more pressing than you've done rowing, that could just cause a problem. So that's kind of a theory of how it could have happened. So what do you do from here? You go to see somebody who's an ART person. You start doing some things for your upper back, different stability drills. You can, Eric Cressy's got some really good stuff on the shoulder if you want to go take a look at that. But, a lot of times most women need to learn how to, stabilize their shoulder, use their lats, get their shoulder in the socket. So, like on your good side, you can do some palm in, dumbbell presses. I'd stay fairly light and just work on activating that lat and getting your shoulder in the socket. You can do palm in dumbbell presses on your good side. You can do palm in presses on your bad side. That's my dog Rommel, by the way, if you want to hear what that is. He's kind of rolling around on the floor. But palm in presses on your bad side if you can tolerate it. A lot of times you go palm in, it'll take the pec out of enough that you can practice. When you do it, you want to make sure that shoulder stays in the socket. You don't come past here. For me, like I come down, and a lot of women will go down and their shoulder will go forward. That's what you want to avoid. You want to practice getting that shoulder in the socket, keeping it in the socket, and then when you bench, you want to learn to make sure you bench in the right position, in a spot where your elbows, your wrist, everything lines up in a good position, and you don't end up putting yourself in a bad position where there's extra stress on your shoulder. So without taking a look at you, I really can't give you a prescription, so to say, but I would find somebody who works with athletes that can help get in there and dig all that out, build some stability in your upper back. Arm bars, Turkish get-ups are really good for that. Band pull-aparts, tons. Make sure you're doing 2 to 3 back exercises per pressing exercise. You really can't do enough upper back work, and teach that shoulder how to get into the socket, so when you're benching, you're able to pull your shoulders back and protect those shoulders. So there's a few tips for you. I hope that helps you out.